So, first of all, a film about LSD. How does that come about?
If you take an LSD trip, that's a very intimate and private experience, basically. But if it's 100,000 and millions of people taking it, as it was the case in the 60s and 70s, it starts to become like a collective or a social experience or phenomenon, and as this, it becomes like part of our history. And that was a strong reason for me to really try to tell that story.
The man who created LSD, Hofmann, you had the chance of interviewing him. He lived till he was 102, right? 102. What kind of a man was he?
Listen, this is a bit of a sad story because I succeeded to persuade him, to convince him to talk to me, and then he said, okay, if you really want to talk about the spiritual unclear thing and death and life, you have to come. But please come quick, because I do not have time. And we made an arrangement for Friday in 2 weeks, and in Monday on that week he died. So, and the day of that interview became the day of his funeral, which was a sad thing. So I met him only by phone, but this for long hours, I can tell you, but not for that interview. And so then I started to look for interviews that had been shot before, and I had 8 or 9 interviews on my editing table. This only one in the film, the one in the film is the only one that really had that strength and that precision and that form it has, and it basically saved the film.
Now, Axel, I mean, LSD is a very, very specific drug. It's a very, very powerful drug, and it affects the mind. You made a film about a culture that sees a lot of other types of drugs. It's a lot of booze, it's a lot of cocaine. How important to your film is that scene of drugs and alcohol and what it does to people?
No, but in Avalon, it's just a part of what it is, and so I never thought about taking it away or adding more.
But you know, an important point on his film, which I happened to see this afternoon, is that this film tells alcohol and cocaine in such a you know, not demonstrative, or I can't say the word in English, in not a celebrating way, not a cheap way, and that precision I did like a lot on your film, I must say.
I know what I'm doing.
There is another renaissance, a small renaissance I have in the film too, that is like psychiatrists use it for therapies with cancer patients. People who are close to death, and they try to use LSD and psilocybin to bring down anxiety. They try to give the people experience of crossing the border in a controlled way with LSD, and not only related to fear. So that's what's happening today.
Well, we wish you a lot of luck with the film. We're really happy you took your time. Stort tack till dig också förstås, och lycka till med Avalon, och vi ser fram emot dess segertåg över världen. Tack så mycket.